Hello and welcome to Ask TJ about marketing. I'm your host, Terry Johnson from Terry Johnson Online, and I'm a marketing specialist where I have several years of experience in marketing strategy, and advertising. Now, I'm here today to help you with the basics of marketing and to better understand what marketing is all about and any of these basic questions that you have about marketing. Well, you're going to get the answer right here. So today's question is, are you ready? Here it comes. You're a gardener, you're a plant specialist, you're a something specialist. I'm a whatever expert. Write me a blog post, an article, social media, whatever, in the voice of that expert, and it will do it.
Right. And then she says, I am a container gardener.
Okay, so now let's take that back, because Chat GPT is ones and zeros and may not know what that is. So that's why I say gardener, or I'm trying to farmer. You could say I'm an herb farmer. Here you go. I'm an herb farmer.
Now you're gonna get some kind of herbs. You're gonna get some other herbs. So you got to be very specific about which herbs.
So I wouldn't say that. I would say start with gardener, start with farmer, and then see what it gives you. And they say, okay, I need to refine it. I'm a special kind of farmer. I'm a sustainable farmer. I'm a, there's different types. This is where you go to Google and do a little search, because if it ain't on the internet, it's not going to know what it is. So I would say I am an expert in blank, or I'm a expert. Write me a blank, whatever it is you want, a newsletter, an email, sequence, a course, a this, a that, whatever, fill in the blank. Write me, and it does it.
And so, then you kind of massage and tweak it so that it sounds more like the way you would say something.
Right. See, the line between A and B, you want it to be as short as possible. So this is the thing I'm seeing people going, well, Chat GPT, what's so great about it? I'm like, you haven't really taken that screwdriver for a turn, have you? You just... So, and another thing about this is, like, who has time for it? It's techie. It sounds like I don't understand it. It's George Jetson. I'm tired of hearing about it, blah, blah, blah. So you don't want to spend time on it. You want to spend time on other things. Carlos says blonde hair, blue eyes, long eyelashes, not too long, with broad shoulders, but not too fat. Also, make sure you use commas. So that's pretty much kind of like what you have to be very descriptive with this, especially with doing the images. I've seen it, because I'm like, okay, I'm tired of it now, because you get in there and you refine it and you refine it and you get sick of it, and then you step away. But the average person is not gonna have time for that, because they want to watch March Madness, they want to watch something on Netflix, they're concerned about the Oscars or this. They're not concerned about that. So if you're not in the tech world, you're like, I don't really care about the ins and outs. I'm just gonna hire somebody to do that. So that's where we are. That's where it's going. And these people are getting lots of money. Now, it's going to get to the point where the apps we use are going to do that for us. They're going to be able to look at all your previous content and say, okay, I know how you speak, your brand voice, your tone of voice, and here's your content. Boop. We're not there yet. We're going to get there. I don't know when. I can't give you a timetable, but we're going to get there. Because I said that they were going to put AI in your favorite app, and they did. Snapchat has it. You have to pay. Notion has it. You have to pay. A couple other things you have to pay. So.
And even Canva put it in there, but you have to have the Pro.
Right.
Canva Pro.
Right.
To use it.
Even the Chat GPT is free, but it's slow. You've seen it slow, or you can't get in, and what they want you to pay the $20 a month. So you have to think about it. Is this something that's worth paying? I say yes, but that's on you. There's other tools. If you have other tools, it's already in there. The Jasper AI, Copy AI, Word Hero is one that Mark talks about. I have that. There's a bunch of them. They already have it in there. But the thing is, how do I get the most value? This is what we're talking about. Getting the maximum value out of it. And you have to train it to give you what you want. It's just if you say do this, it's like, okay, boom, here's your boiled potatoes. But I wanted filet mignon. Well, you didn't ask for it. You didn't ask the waiter for it. You said, give me, whatever. And they said, okay, boiled potatoes. And you're like, what the hell? Carlos says, I'd rather pay for Disney Plus. See, there you go. So I'm telling you, not a lot of people are not going to be that involved in the process. I am, because I am just loving this thing. I'm putting it through the paces because I'm like, okay, I got to bring this to you. I got to say, hey, get over in the Discord, because that's where I'm going to start putting stuff. It's not going to be out and about. It's going to be, okay, if you're in the Discord, you're going to say, blah, 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 blah. But if you're not there, it's not going to happen. So, let's get back to this brand voice, because I want to talk more about that. Because why do you care? You don't want to sound like everyone else. You don't want to sound like your competition. You want to sound like you. Why? Because that's more attractive to an audience. Sounding like a human is more attractive than sounding like a robot. Agree? Can we all agree?
I agree with that. And I think, okay, because Linda, the old bird, has her own way of speaking.
Right.
And her own way of presenting the content that she has. And you'll know it's her by the way she talks about the rosemary or whatever it is that she's talking about. I know that's her.
Right.
So when that's her brand voice. I know her voice. I know Dr. Tachi's voice in the content. You know what I mean? If somebody wrote something, I'm like, that ain't Dr. Tachi. Tachi don't talk like that.
Right. And we're not talking about hearing. It's more of a reading, because you followed them for a long time and you know their style. Are they funny? Are they sarcastic? Are they serious? Are they this? Are they that? So those are some of the things that you have to find out and give that to ChatGPT.
The style.
What's your style?
Yes.
Is it practical? Is it entertaining? Is it funny? Is it sarcastic? Is it professional? Is it casual? Is it this? Is it that? If you've seen, if you do some of the tools that if you have like Word Hero and stuff like that, there's a tone of voice option, and it's different in different. And let me bring up one so I can read the list off. But it's different on in different tools. So is there any questions about the voice? Does everybody understand why you need the brand voice? And it's not just because of ChatGPT. We always needed that, and you had it before. It's just that we're using a new tool that it's like, okay, I need it to sound like me. How do I do that? Okay, here's the tone. So it could be appreciative, assertive, casual, conversational, convincing, enthusiastic, exciting, formal, funny, informative, inspirational, passionate, positive, negative, sarcastic, urgent, witty. Those are some of the things. Those are some of the things that you can put in to ChatGPT. That's just a list from one of my apps. I think this is Word Hero. Yeah. That helps the AI say, oh, you don't want generic, you want special stuff. Yes, I do, ChatGPT. That would be nice. So I mean, okay, so the just reading some of my notes, that you want to craft the content with your tone of voice. You're using a ChatGPT. It's giving out generic stuff. You're not happy with it. You go, what good is this thing? You throw the toy down and stomp away. And I'm like, no, go back and pick it up, because you got to fine tune it to say, I wanted to speak in the voice of. I wanted to give me content with these features, and I gave you a list. That was just one tool, but each tool has different things. So like, think casual, funny, sarcastic. So here's an example. And if you followed Wendy's, or remember Wendy's and Popeyes, when Popeyes first came out with the sandwich, Wendy's, whoever's running their social media, they're like a snarky, sarcastic, like thing. So how all of this stuff came out with Popeyes and Wendy's with the chicken sandwich was that Wendy's, Popeye said something and Wendy's tweeted back, and they it was like watching, it was two brands talking online, but it was watching like a little fight. Like, you're like, oh, and then I believe Chick-fil-A got in with it, and so that was kind of like the brand of the tone of voice. Like, it wasn't just, oh, well, we're, when they're reading the news today, the stock market, but it's not that. It's more like, okay, what is my tone of voice? Is it funny? Is it playful? Is it sarcastic? Is it angry? Is it mean? Is it old man, get off my lawn? Is it cute? Is it this? You have to figure that out.
And that's what Dr. Tachi, Carlos is saying. Dr. Tachi is be more
Okay.
Okay.
It's
I was like, what? Okay.
You forgot the E. It's ER. I was like, I was like, is that movie? RRR?
Okay. Like, I'm good now, Carlos.
But that's what I mean by your brand voice. It's like, okay, here's another example. Do you remember if you used to go in, this is when I remember when I was a kid, used to go in the bank and everybody had the same uniform on? I guess they still do. I haven't been in a bank in so long because you could just do it with your app. But everybody looked like they had the gray suit on or whatever. Or if you go to the hospital, everybody got the same scrubs or this or that. It's kind of like, okay, you when you go in the bank, it's professional because they dressed that way, they presented that way. So that's what I'm talking about, your brand voice. How are you presenting yourself? And I'm not saying that you got to make up a persona, you got to talk like, I've seen this a lot, like with Gary Vaynerchuk. Right. All these imitators, they're trying to, because they think that was the secret sauce. Well, it is for him, but not for you. Your secret sauce is how you talk. So you talk to people in that tone, not in copying somebody else's style.
And when you hear somebody else copying him, you're like, oh, no, you are not Gary V. You understand what I mean? And it leaves a bad taste.
Oh, you stick out like a store. It's like, dude, what are you doing? It's that meme. I always come back to that meme with Steve Buscemi. He's saying hello kids, and he's got like a skateboarding, but he's like 60 and he's like no, dude, you stand out. It's not attractive. You have to find your style, and I think people are afraid of that because it's like, I don't know how I'm going to be perceived.
But see, if you got to be you. Like Linda calls herself the old bird, and she works the room doing what she does. And it's very engaging.
Yes.
We don't need Linda to be, okay, now we're going to do, that's not how she acts.
Right.
Online.
Right. And another thinking of that just reminded me of Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart has a particular voice and style. Snoop Dogg has a particular voice and style based on who they are and what they do and what they like.
Right.
So you have to find your voice, and it's easy to do. I'm not talking about using Chat GPT now. I'm talking about just, okay, how do I write? Do I like to make jokes? Do I like to be serious? Am I sarcastic? Am I this? Do I want to always be professional? Nothing wrong with any of those styles, those types. You just have to find the one that you like. And to do that is, you can write more. Just write. It doesn't, well, what do I write? We're not in school anymore. There's not a term paper. There's not a thesis. There's not going to be a grading where they take that red pen. It's all good. There's nothing wrong. There's no wrong answer here. So you decide, do a podcast. Don't publish it if you don't like it, but just do it, because you're doing the voice. And when I mean podcast, I mean your phone, hit the voice thing and just start talking. If you're outside, when I used to walk in the mornings, I got to get back to it. I used to just talk into the mic and just thoughts and things like that. That gets you ready to figure out how do I want my style to be? What is my style? So I know that's a question. What is my style?
Right. And your style is you, I would say. The and like TJ was said, you don't have to morph into somebody else. Who are you? What do you like? I like ice cream. I don't like spumoni. And B, just talk about what you like.
Make a list. Do the likes and dislikes. Linda says, I'll come back for the replay. Thanks so much for teaching this today. Have a good one. Good vibes. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you.
So you notice how she says good vibes? I would know her work or her content because she talks about good vibes.
Right. So if you have trouble with this, like, what is my style? You can do what I said. You write your likes and dislikes down. Or you can ask a family member or your best friend or hey, what kind of style do you think you have? And they're going to give you some words. Like that list that I had, professional, funny, weird. They're going to say, oh, you're always telling jokes. You're always serious. You're always this. That's your list. That's your list. And then you go, okay, take 3 of those words that they give you, because they may give you more words or you may discover more words. Take 3 of those. Those are your main, your style attributes. And work with that. Work with that. Is everybody getting this? Because we need to talk about it. I want to make sure you get in it. Like you understand what we're talking about.
I think they are, because this is, and it's just a really good reminder.
Because it's not easy to figure it out, but these little tips that I'm giving you, this will get you on the right path, and then you'll be able to take that information and go into Chat GPT and get what you need, because you're a professional, because you're witty, because you're this, because you're that. Those are the words that you're going to give it. Write me a this and a that and a that. Now, why do you want to do that? Because finding your brand voice, essential aspect of creating a successful business, is what keeps you apart from your competitors. It helps you connect to your audience. It's your personality, your tone of business. It's what people will remember you by. But that's just some of the things you want to do. You want to have a unique identity, because it builds brand loyalty. It drives customers to you. It brings in new people. And what does all of that do? Sales. If you've got the system set for it, which I hope you are, you've got the system set up for it. All you need is attention. How do you get the attention? Boom. That's what I'm saying. So this is a part of content creation. Number 2, your brand voice should reflect your business values, mission, and personality. It should convey your brand story. Evoke emotions that resonate with your target audience. Because when you find your brand voice, you can create a consistent message across all your marketing channels. That's your platforms, website, social media, your email, your newsletter, whatever. So this consistency helps you build trust and build authority in your industry. Because people go, well, how do I build trust? How do I build brand authority? Content in your tone of voice, where you're giving out value, you're saying something, and you're consistently doing it. That's how it is. So that's it for today's question. I hope you got your answers. I hope you got the information you need to help you better understand marketing and marketing strategy, so you can build your business or your brand online. Now, there's a lot of information online, but a lot of that is, it may not be clear, or maybe outdated, or you just need some clarification. So I hope this information was helpful to you today. So if you need more help, if you have any additional questions, reach out to me, Terry Johnson Online. That is every platform that's available. That's your favorite platform. So reach out to me there. Send me a DM, a message, a comment, and let me know you have a question, and I'll try to answer it. Now, if you want to go to my website, it's terryjohnsononline.com. You can reach me that way also. So that's it for Ask TJ About Marketing. That was today's question. I will see you next time.
Yeah.